Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your favorite three-point gasser, master splasher, green lighter, crime fighter, the Jump Shot TV. Thanks for clicking on the video. You're here for the best playmaking shot creator build for NBA 2K21. You might be thinking, the Jump Shot TV? Who the hell are you? What the hell do you know? You just saw the intro clips, so rewind, rewatch that if you need to. This is the build. It is lights out, the best play shot build that you can make right now in NBA 2K21. Now without further ado, let's jump right into the build. Alright, so you'll see I'm already at a 91 overall with the shot creator build that I have. I ended up making my build not too well. I watched a couple YouTube videos, learned a couple things, and I finally settled on this build, and I could not be happier. It gets a little bit of defense to get the job done, but it is incredibly overpowered on the offensive end with playmaking and shooting. And really, you don't need a lot of finishing just because you are so quick and your shooting is so good that you really do not need to have good finishing unless you're in the fast break or unless people are stepping up so far on the three-point line because you're greening from half court that it's going to be a wide open layup because you have Hall of Fame quick first step to get into the paint. Now this is the build right here, the 6'3" point guard, 170 pounds playmaking shot creator. Let's go ahead and rebuild it just so you guys can make it exactly how I did. As the name says, subscribe to the Jump Shot TV, drop a like on this video because you know this build is so overpowered and you want to make it. Anyways, let's jump right into it. It is a point guard. I go with right-handed. You can go left-handed if you want. It doesn't matter. Jersey number 84, Randy Moss, continue. The pie chart that you're going to want is the equally green and yellow. This is going to give you Hall of Fame badges for shooting and playmaking. You don't want the one below it because you can't get Hall of Fame quick first step and so many of the playmaking badges that are extremely important to getting open. Again, the green and yellow equally spaced, and who cares about finishing and defense at this point because you're just so overpowered on offense, it doesn't matter. Anyways, let's move on. You're going to want the fastest physical profile. Enough said, let's move on. You're going to want to fill your attribute caps to match this. This is the reason why I chose close shot over driving dunk. The close shot really does help, especially with fades or when you're trying to shoot a close mid-range shot. The close shot is what you want. Especially because you're going to get into a lot of moving mid-ranges that can develop into close shots, and the driving layup is good enough, and you don't really need driving dunk as much as you need close shot. So finishing, this is the way I go. I don't max it out all the way because I use one extra point from the close shot to go on to the defensive badges, move up interior defense, so you can get 8 defensive badges. 8 defensive badges is all you need with this build. It's good enough. You don't need to be super overpowered on defense because you're going to be greening up, getting wide open, putting points on the board for your team. That defense does not matter. As for the shooting, you're going to max out mid-range and three-point because those are your most important factors to this build. I max out free throw because that is a larger cap. It goes up to 90 instead of post-fade at 80-something. So when you take away post-fade to maximize your 25 shooting badges, it's still going to keep 25. As you can see, if I go down 1 point on post fade, it goes to 24. That is the key to making builds, is maximizing your potential in the badge categories with your attributes. So 1 point over on the brink of 24 to 25 to get the 25 shooting badges. I did the same thing with playmaking, as you can see, 21 to 22, and then the same with 7 to 8, and then the rest remaining put on finishing so that layup and close shot are done. So again, this is what you're going to want your attributes to read. Let's move on. Body shape doesn't matter. Pick one. Let's move on. The height, I went with 6'3", and the reason I did this is I want to get a very high three-point shot, and I want my ball handle to be able to speed boost off rip, and additionally, I just want a high ball control so I don't have to deal with people ripping me or getting steals or just getting the ball stolen from me or anything like that. 6'3" is more than adequate for still playing defense, but you're really optimizing your shooting and playmaking, which is just lights out with this build because you are so fast and your shooting is incredible that you can get a 91 three-point shot. As I say this, you'll see why I can get a 91 three-point shot. You're going to go ahead first and drop your weight to 170, max out your speed and acceleration. You're going to bring the wingspan all the way down so that it reads 94 mid-range, 91 three-point shot, and you're going to have an 88 ball handle. From here, you can choose any of these 4 takeovers. Now, shot creating is somewhat nice. Like I said, you're going to take a lot of moving mid-range shots, and while I understand shot creating can be very helpful for that, I take a lot of quick stop shots from way beyond the arc that I feel like sharpshooting takeover is way more important to me than shot creating, just because 3s are worth more than 2s, and 3s are extremely helpful for winning games because you're putting more points on the board. At the same time, playmaking can be very helpful because you're not going to get as tired dribbling the ball, you're not going to get the ball stolen from you as much, but again, your shooting is still not as high as if you would have spot up shooting takeover. And slashing, I mean, we're really not getting to the hole all that much with this build, really just in transition when it's wide open. You're not dunking over anyone. Slashing takeover is really not the way to go with this build. Again, I went with spot up shooter. I think this is the most important takeover for this build, taking a lot of quick stop shots beyond the perimeter, and it's going to help you shoot from that much deeper, extend the defense out to you, going to open up the paint for your center to roll, and also open up that mid-range shot for you to slide right in and pull up the 12-foot jumper. So anyways, sharp takeover is the wave. And your player build is complete. Let's go ahead and take a look. You have built a playmaking shot creator, Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, and Kirk Hinrich. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what badges I am using when I get this build maxed out. I don't have it maxed out yet. Currently, I have 1 finishing badge, 12 shooting badges, like 18 playmaking, and 5 defensive badges or so. But anyways, let's take a look at the way I would run my badges for this build. For finishing, since you don't have any driving dunk, I don't find contact finisher to be all that important, so I use slithery finisher. So this is the badge setup that I'm going to run for my build. Most likely, I may tweak it a little bit depending on the way my playstyle changes over the next few weeks. But as of right now, this is most likely the way I would run the badge setup for my shooting badges on the play shot. For the playmaking badges, this is probably what I'm going to run. Currently, I have Hall of Fame, Handles for Days, Quick First Step, Space Creator, Stop and Go, and Silver Unpluckable. When I get my final 4 playmaking badges, I will most likely be upgrading Dimer to Hall of Fame so that the players around me can knock down the open shots when I'm drawing double teams, because again, this build is just so overpowered, they have to bring 2 players in order to stop you. On the defensive badges, this is mainly what I'm going to run. Gold clamps to lock up the defender, and gold off-ball pest, which most people might not be keen to, but I like it in order to drain the stamina of the offensive player so that when he does receive the ball, I don't have to work as hard in order to stop him. Clamps kicks in, he passes it away. Scoring tends to be lightened off of the player playing against me by draining their stamina. I love off-ball pest. It is one of my favorite badges on the defensive end for guards. And now let's choose a jump shot. Just kidding. If you want to see my jump shot, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, turn post notifications on. That video will be coming at a later date. Yeah, I went straight to the 2K beach, and you can see this. I literally only played 1 game of career, but if you guys are interested in a method to get your badges faster in career, let me know in the comments. I'll take a look at it. I have other builds that I want to make, and now that people are starting to get their badges in Park, I will most likely be going to career. So if you guys want to see that from me, let me know down in the comments, drop a like on the video, let me know, and I will try to make a video for that. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Again, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on. You're not going to want to miss what I'm coming out with in all my videos, and I'm out.